Jake, what do you think of your brother's performance?
Easy work. These MMA fighters can't keep up with us.
In jiu-jitsu, I fought the best in the world 4 times in the same night. So this is easy money. I mean, Logan is a broken man already. I saw him yesterday.
He's supposed to be good at jiu-jitsu. What happened, bro? Stuffed the takedown, tried that. Tried to do a guillotine.
It didn't feel like a fight. I feel like he was running away. Every time I tried to engage with him and try to get in there and like trade, he would run away.
Logan Paul's victory over Dillon Danis at AO Arena. All right, let's dive into the showdown that had social media buzzing. So it all went down in Manchester at the AO Arena, and the atmosphere was electric. Why, you ask? Well, because the co-main event was none other than the YouTube sensation turned boxer Logan Paul squaring off against MMA fighter Dillon Danis. Now, let's set the stage for you. This wasn't your typical high-stakes, blood-and-guts boxing match. Nope. It was a 6-round exhibition fight, which basically means it was more for entertainment than for titles or glory. But who cares? People love a bit of drama and spectacle, and this fight delivered just that. In the end, it was Logan Paul who emerged victorious, but not without a bit of controversy. The judges scored in a split decision, meaning it was a close call. But here's the kicker. Dillon Danis initially got himself disqualified for throwing some punches that weren't exactly within the rules. Talk about a plot twist. Imagine the drama in the arena at that moment.
We haven't seen Dillon throw a punch. As far as we know, he's not even a real fighter.
Logan Paul going into the 6th round. We have a disqualification, and the winner.
It didn't feel like a fight. I feel like he was running away. Every time I tried to engage with him and try to get in there and like trade, he would run away.
Because these past 2 months have not been easy. Sometimes the devil will make his way into your life.
As advertised, Dillon Danis, a huge threat on the ground.
Danis, the MMA fighter who talked a big game leading up to the fight, resorted to some prohibited tactics. That led to the initial disqualification, and it left fans both shocked and entertained. But hey, in the world of boxing, anything can happen, right? In the end, while the verdict was initially a DQ for Danis, it was eventually sorted out, and the judges' scorecards would have given Logan Paul a unanimous decision win. The AO Arena was left buzzing, and Logan Paul, ever the showman, exited to a standing ovation with Sweet Caroline serenading him. So there you have it, Logan Paul's victory over Dillon Danis in the AO Arena. Drama, disqualifications, and a unanimous decision. It had all the makings of an unforgettable night in the world of exhibition boxing, and it's safe to say that it'll be talked about for a long time to come. MyDoClubs' unconventional career offer. Well, hold on to your hats because this is where things take a really unexpected turn. Right after Logan Paul's victory over Dillon Danis, there came another explosive news, and it wasn't in the ring, but in the form of a job offer from MyDoClub. MyDoClub's Vice President Mike Ford was the man behind this jaw-dropping offer. In an open letter, he reached out to Dillon Danis with a proposal that nobody saw coming. They wanted Danis to be their head BJ trainer. Yep, you read that right. But what on earth does that mean, you might be wondering? Well, in a nutshell, they wanted Danis to provide Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tutorials and content on their platform. Yep, they went there, and they didn't beat around the bush in explaining it.
A 4-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion amongst Pan Ams and other titles, but yeah, Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
But in jiu-jitsu, I fought the best in the world 4 times in the same night. So this is easy money. I mean, Logan is a broken man already. I saw him yesterday.
An embarrassment for Dillon Danis, and an easy win.
He's supposed to be good at jiu-jitsu. What happened, bro? Stuffed the takedown, tried that. Tried to do a guillotine.
How is he going to look as the fight goes on? You can see there's a pretty gnarly scar on him.
Yeah, Errol, you hit that nail on the head, too. It's clear.
Sure. All right, well, that's pretty unequivocal. So, Dillon, here we have a large check. A large check.
Now, that's a pretty unusual career pivot, wouldn't you say? From the ring to an entirely different ring, so to speak. MyDoClub wanted Danis to use his expertise to educate fans on techniques like pull guard, close guard, scissor guard, full mount, and who knows what else. It's certainly not your run-of-the-mill job offer. The icing on the cake? Mike Ford didn't pull any punches in reminding Danis of his not-so-stellar performance in the boxing ring. It was like, hey Dillon, now that your boxing career is officially over. Ouch, right? As for the compensation, Mike Ford was ready to back this unconventional offer with some cold hard cash. Danis was promised up to a whopping $100,000 for this gig. That's not pocket change, that's for sure. Jake Paul's comments. Oh boy, you know it's never a dull moment when Jake Paul gets the mic. After the Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis fight, Jake Paul had a whole lot to say, and he wasn't holding back. First things first, let's talk about Jake's reaction to Dillon Danis' performance. He didn't mince words, that's for sure. In fact, he straight up called it like he saw it. Jake Paul didn't have many good things to say about Danis in the ring. He essentially said that Danis' fighting skills were a bit of a joke. If you can imagine, he even went as far as to call him an embarrassing fighter. Ouch, right? Jake wasn't one to sugarcoat it, and he made sure his opinions were heard loud and clear. But Jake Paul didn't stop there. He had a few thoughts about KSI as well. You might remember KSI from his boxing match with Logan Paul. Well, it seems Jake had a few choice words for KSI too. He accused KSI of being a sore loser after losing a decision to Tommy Fury, and he didn't hold back on his criticisms. According to Jake, KSI's ego was way out of control, and he wasn't too impressed with KSI's behavior after the fight.
Logan couldn't have done any better. KSI choking up like a sore loser.
What you think, Jake? What you think?
Easy work, bro. Come on. Spectacular fashion. Let's go.
Jake, what do you think of your brother's performance?
Easy work. These MMA fighters can't keep up with us. He wasn't trying to fight you.
Guys, make some space, please. Space.
That he is doing, maybe a tactic on his part.
Ain't no way, bro. You didn't get hardly any shots off. Huh? And you got a point off as well.
The first fight was a draw. Logan Paul started fast, ended slow.
He even talked about KSI kicking screens, crying, stuttering, and asking for an appeal. You could say Jake was enjoying a bit of schadenfreude. And then, of course, Jake Paul had his eyes on a potential rematch with Tommy Fury. He talked about how he wanted to finish what they'd started and go head-to-head with Tommy again. Jake was all about the payday and seemed pretty confident about his chances in the rematch.
He is just talking non-stop, too.
Oh, yeah. That was good. Really embarrassing.
For the winner by split decision, Tommy TNT.
But Jake Paul didn't just stop at the fight game. He also used the opportunities to plug his sports betting app that was legal in 24 states. The man's all about that hustle. So there you have it, Jake Paul's colorful commentary on Dillon Danis' performance and KSI's post-fight antics, and his ambitious plans for a rematch with Tommy Fury. You can always count on Jake to stir the pot and make some noise in the world of combat sports. Danis' boxing performance and controversy. Well, the Dillon Danis roller coaster ride was nothing short of a wild one. Let's break down his boxing performance and all the juicy controversy that went with it. First, let's talk about Dillon Danis' performance in the ring against Logan Paul. Now remember, this was supposed to be a show, an exhibition fight, but it turned out to be a lot more than that. In 6 rounds of action at the AO Arena, Danis had quite a task on his hands. However, it didn't go quite as planned. Logan Paul managed to outclass him and secure a split decision victory. It wasn't the finest hour for Danis, to say the least. But here's where things got spicy. In one of the most unexpected twists in recent boxing memory, Danis decided to pull out a guillotine choke. Yeah, you read that right. It's not exactly your standard boxing move, and it's something you'd see in MMA, not in the boxing ring. This unexpected move led to his disqualification, and it set off quite a bit of drama and confusion in the arena. Now let's rewind a bit to the pre-fight build-up. This was no ordinary lead-up to a match. There were allegations flying around like confetti. Danis had been accused of cyberstalking, hacking, and even revenge porn. That's some serious stuff, and it added a layer of intensity and drama to the entire event.
Boxing's not a real fight, it's a half a fight. I want to fight him in a real fight where he shook my hand and said he was going to fight me in MMA.
It is finally over. A bizarre fight.
Everyone wants something! Let's go!
Wow.
Yeah, Logan doesn't do shit. Like, you know, he doesn't know how to promote. I gave him too much credit. I thought he was gonna know how to promote.
I think that he thinks he's on a pedestal that he's not really on because of the money and how long he's been famous.
Lawsuits were filed, and things got really messy in the weeks leading up to the fight. In fact, the pre-fight press conference between Logan Paul and Dillon Danis featured a downright bizarre exchange of blows with foreign objects. It was like something out of a pro wrestling storyline, not a traditional boxing match. All in all, Dillon Danis' journey into the boxing ring was anything but smooth. It was filled with drama, allegations, and a disqualification that will be remembered for a long time. While it might not have been the victorious debut he hoped for, it certainly made headlines and provided plenty of entertainment for fight fans everywhere. Dillon Danis' response. Dillon Danis isn't one to back down from a challenge, and he certainly proved it with his response to that jaw-dropping career offer from MyDoClubs. So picture this. After the whirlwind of the Logan Paul fight and the unexpected job offer from MyDoClubs, you might think Danis would be contemplating a career change. But oh no, he's not ready to hang up the gloves just yet. Danis made it clear that he wasn't willing to give up his fighting career. He had a point to prove, and he was determined to do it in the ring. The disqualification that marked the end of his bout with Logan Paul didn't sit well with him, and he wasn't going to take it lying down. One of Danis' main arguments was that he believed the disqualification was unfair. Why, you ask? Well, he claimed that members of Paul's team had entered the ring during the contest, and that had an impact on the way the fight played out.
I'm ready to do it. I can do it tonight. I didn't take any damage, so I want to take a fight in the next 30 days.
Really hasn't thrown a significant punch yet, halfway through round one.
He wasn't going to let that slide without a fight, pun intended. In essence, Danis expressed his intention to challenge the disqualification decision. It was almost like saying, hey, you can't count me out just yet. I've got more left in the tank and I'm not done with this. It was a defiant response, to say the least. Dillon Danis wasn't about to shift gears to a career in adult entertainment. Instead, he was gearing up for a different kind of fight, a legal battle to overturn that disqualification and prove that he still had what it takes in the world of combat sports. Whether he succeeds or not, one thing's for sure, Danis isn't going to go down without a fight, inside or outside the ring. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.